The Lazy Girl. Once upon a time, there was a lazy girl named Mary. She would never help out around the house, and she always found excuses to avoid work. One day, her mother told her that she had to go to the market to buy some groceries. Mary didn't want to go, but she knew that she had to. When she got to the market, Mary saw a group of children playing. She stopped to watch them, and soon she forgot all about her errands. She played with the children for hours, and by the time she remembered what she was supposed to be doing, it was too late. She had to go home empty-handed. Mary's mother was very angry when she saw that Mary had not bought any groceries. She told Mary that she was a lazy girl, and that she would never amount to anything. Mary was very upset, and she went to her room to cry. The next day, Mary woke up feeling determined. She knew that she had to change her ways, or she would never be happy. She started helping out around the house, and she was always on time for her chores. Mary's mother was very proud of her, and she told her that she was a good girl. Mary learned that hard work pays off. She was no longer lazy, and she was much happier. The Ant and the Grasshopper. One summer day, a grasshopper was singing and dancing in the meadow. He saw an ant carrying a grain of wheat and asked, "Why are you working so hard? It's a beautiful day for singing and dancing." The ant replied, "I'm storing up food for the winter." "What are you going to do when the cold weather comes?" The grasshopper laughed. "I will just sing and dance all winter long." But when winter came, the grasshopper was cold and hungry. He went to the ant and begged for food. The ant said, "I told you to work hard in the summer. Now you must suffer the consequences." The grasshopper learned his lesson and never again wasted his time. Moral of the story: it is important to work hard and plan for the future. Otherwise, you may end up suffering the consequences. The Crows and the Snake. Once upon a time, there was a family of crows who lived in a tree. One day, a snake came to live in a hole at the foot of the tree. The snake was very hungry, and it soon started to eat the crow's eggs. The crows were very upset, and they didn't know what to do. One day, a wise old crow came to visit. The old crow told the crows that they needed to be clever to defeat the snake. He told them to steal a necklace from the king, and then drop it into the snake's hole. The crows did as the old crow said. And sure enough, the king's men came to the tree to look for the necklace. When they saw the snake, they killed it. The crows were very happy, and they thanked the old crow for his help. Moral of the story: wit can achieve anything. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks who was walking in the forest. She came across a house and went inside. The house belonged to three bears, but they were not home at the time. Goldilocks eats their food, sits in their chairs, and sleeps in their beds. When the bears come home, they find Goldilocks asleep in their bed. The bears are angry, but they do not hurt Goldilocks. They let her go. And Goldilocks learns her lesson and never went into the bear's house again. The Woodcutter and His Ax. Once there was a woodcutter who was chopping wood by the river. He was so focused on his work that he didn't notice that his axe slipped and fell into the river. The woodcutter was very sad, because his axe was his only way to make a living. Just then, a water nymph appeared and offered to help the woodcutter. She dived into the river and came back with a golden axe. The woodcutter was overjoyed, but he knew that the axe wasn't his. He told the water nymph that his axe was made of iron. The water nymph dived into the river again and came back with a silver axe. The woodcutter was still not convinced, so the water nymph dived into the river one last time and came back with the woodcutter's own axe. The woodcutter was so grateful to the water nymph. The water nymph smiled and said, "You are welcome. I am glad I could help." The woodcutter learned a valuable lesson that day. Always be honest, even when it's difficult.